G'day everyone. Sorry I haven't put any content on this channel for a long time because I just don't often work on cars other than VYVZ Commodores because that's all I have. But I have my daughter-in-law's '06 Honda CR-V and I'm going to show you what I've been up to. I'm sorry I've only just started making this video. So that's the model. That's the car. That's an '06 CR-V Honda. That's what we're working on. So I'm going to go over everything I can. This is the fuel pump out of it, and this is what we're changing. Originally I went looking for the filter, but that's the filter there. It's part of the pump. So that model doesn't have a separate filter. I think there are other models that do. And I've actually pulled it apart a bit. We decided to change the whole thing because the fuel gauge is way out, so the fuel gauge isn't working properly, so we're just better off putting a new one in. But I'll show you how you get to it and I'll show you where it is. We'll go out to the car. Once again, I have to apologise. I've only just sort of doing this, so you've got to flick this seat forward. Then you pull up this carpet, which is a bit of a pain, and there'll be an inspection cover there with 3 Phillips head screws. So you pull that out. Now there's not actually going to be anything here because I've already taken it out, but then you've got to take that fuel line off, and that's your plug for your sender unit, and that's all you do. And then there's a big, I'll show you here, there's a screw-on ring that you unscrew and you just lift that fuel pump straight out of there. It's very, very easy. If anyone wants to do it, it's not very hard at all. Just be careful when you get the pump out. They do hold a lot of fuel. They have a reservoir thing in the bottom which stops them running dry when you brake and that and go around corners. So they do hold a lot of fuel, but like I said, that's what you'll see when you lift the carpet up. Then just undo that and unplug your wiring and your fuel. The fuel, it's a pretty good little setup. You can't really see it on here, so I'll show you on the pump. Just hang on a sec. I've got to cover this because it's just open fuel at the moment, because I took it out looking for the filter, thinking I could pull the filter out, and they've decided they want to change the whole pump, so that's okay. So on the top of your pump, this is where the fuel filter goes on, and you'll just see these 2 tabs sticking out the back. You just squeeze them together and pull the pull the line off, sorry. It's very, very simple. There's where your wiring goes. So that's all you do. There's the seal. You lift this straight up. It'll look a bit different to this because that's the reservoir I'm talking about there. That holds quite a bit of fuel, so be careful because you're going to spill a lot of fuel. A good trick is just get an old bucket and put it in a bucket. Saves you spilling fuel everywhere, especially in the car. Just be very, very, very careful when you take it out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come back to this when I get the new fuel pump, and I'll show you how to put it back in. Alright, I'll see you then. G'day. I've put the old one back in just so I can show you. I'm just trying to set the tripod up somewhere where you can see. So we're going to try and get this inspection plate out of the way. So first thing you got to do is unclip this, which you push that tab in. There's a tab here, just there, and that unplugs there. I didn't think that was going to work. Hang on. This is not a good setup. Hang on. Sorry about this. I'm trying to film this and it's not cooperating. I just got to extend these legs a bit. Please bear with me. Alright, so we need to be turned a bit. I can't. Bloody tripods, I tell you. You can never get exactly the right one. And now I can't get this in the right spot. Alright. That's going to have to do. Then you've got to squeeze, see these? You've got to squeeze those two in and just sort of go in and out. And of course you've got to spill fuel everywhere. And that'll pull off, right? And then now it's put your finger over it. And now I've got to turn this ring. It'll be a lot tighter in yours if it's the first time you're taking it out. And there, that's better. I've got to undo this. And these filters, these things, they're always full of fuel, always. They'll have like a bucket at the bottom. So the hard part is getting it out without spilling fuel everywhere. And of course it's going to get caught on every single thing that it could possibly get caught on. So because I'm not using this one, I can probably bend that. So I've got it out, I've got to get out of the car, so just bear with me. Alright, so I've got quite a bit of fuel around the top here now. I'm going to try and wipe that up, but there's no need filming that. There's fuel in the old pump that I would love to try and tip back in here, but I don't want to make too much of a mess. But it's incredible, even when you change like a fuel filter, not so much on this thing, but on other cars, the amount of fuel that they hold. Righto. So I've got a fair bit of mess to clean up here. So I'm hoping I can pause this and we'll come back when I've cleaned up a bit. Okay, I've tried to clean up a bit, but I'm going to show you how to put this in so I can get this done. So we've got the new one here. So I'm just going to gently maneuver that in. You have to watch out for your fuel sender. And then it's spring loaded. Oh, you know what I forgot. Brilliant. You know what, I'm just going to make a mess again here. I forgot the seal. Bugger. Righto, I'm going to have to put the seal on, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, seal is on. As you can see, it's that top seal there. You just got to sort of slide it down off the old one. So once again, we'll have another go. That sits down in there. Wow, how's this going to go? So it goes around. Of course that had to come off. Goes around that way. Alright, I've got to get the ring. Now that goes there, like that. Oh, got to push this down. No, it's going on an angle. I'm going to end up knocking the camera for 60. Nope, still no good. Come on. I think that's got it. No, it hasn't. Of course it hasn't. Alright, I think that's it. Alright. They can bloody stay there. Hang on. Alright, I've got to clean up a bit more fuel. And then, we're just about done here. Okay. Now, I'm just going to spin this around, loosen it off a bit, spin it around a bit so this fuel line's straight. And I've got to get the clip off the other pump, of course. Where is it? Alright, I'm going to pause, come back. Righto. This is the clip off the other one, which you need to hold your fuel line on. It goes on that way and just clips over there. That clips on there. And when you get this in the right spot, it should clip in, but there you go. Fuel line in. Now, just make sure you have got your fuel line clipped in. You've got to get it straight because there's an O-ring inside here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up the wiring, which you just do like that. Before I put this plate on, I'm going to run the car, check for leaks. Well, that all looks pretty good. As you can see, the pump is working. I don't have to kill anyone. So I've got the screws here. It's only 3 Phillips head. Of course I didn't bring the Phillips head. I'll get them started just by hand if I can. That one's right. And that's all you do. It's like I said, it's a bit of mucking around. I thought I forgot about the seal. This one here is very hard to get to because of the carpet. So I'm going to have to move that carpet out of the way. But that's all you do. I don't think it's worth filming anymore. You just put your carpet back down, put your seat back down, and off you go. So please like, share and subscribe. Sorry about the mucking around, but these things never go smooth. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.